Here on the pitch by Ebere Eze. Ebere, it's another comeback win for Crystal Palace, another comeback win here at Selhurst Park. How did you guys turn that around? Another comeback win here at Selhurst Park. How did you guys turn that around?
I think the energy with the quality that we've got, we're always going to score goals, and today's paid off, thank God.
You were instrumental in the comeback. Let's talk about your goal, the equaliser. It was a lovely header, but what about that cross by Michael Olise?
Yeah, I know he's got the ability, and I know that he's always going to be able to make some space and be effective, and going to be able to make some space and be effective and create chances. So I knew where to be, and yeah, he's got a lot of ability.
What was that half-time team talk like by Patrick Vieira? Because you look like a different side in the second half.
I think it was just more of the same. We were playing well. We were doing our stuff in the first half. It was just the final details. And we knew that if we continued with the energy that we had, it was going to pay off in the end.
You were also involved in the build-up to Wilfried Zaha's winner. I mean, the crowd are rocking right.
I think they don't know how powerful they are and how much energy they give us. And I think just to give them the 3 points today is everything.
Thanks very much, Ebere.
Thank you.
Well, he's such an exciting player, isn't he? Starting every Premier League game this season for Patrick Vieira, scoring his second goal of the campaign tonight. How impressed were you with him, Liam?
Yeah, he's been brilliant, and I think after that Achilles injury he had, he's come back and brilliant, and I think after that Achilles injury he had, he's come back, and he's a fantastic player. A lot of people have been saying, could he be picked for the England squad? Understand why? He's consistent, and Crystal Palace have a lot of really, Olise, Wilfried Zaha, who's now coming into his later years of football, but he looks like he could play at the highest level for a long, long time, and he always delivers when he needs to. But Eze's been fantastic, and I think Patrick Vieira is managing these players in the perfect way, because you need a manager that wants to be free-flowing football, let the players play ball. They get out of areas that you don't usually see Crystal Palace players being able to get out of. And, Olise today was at right back at some times, and he's doing a pirouette, double scissor, these types of things that I'm sure the Crystal Palace fans, pirouette, double scissor, these types of things that I'm sure the Crystal Palace fans are so excited to see, because I think Crystal Palace have almost become that club that looks like kind of a mid-table team looking towards the bottom, never really break into it.
Really well at times this season, but not got the points that they necessarily deserved. Really well at times this season, but not got the points that they necessarily deserved out of games. They managed to turn this one around tonight, Glenn, because Traore, he's an interesting player, isn't he? Because he always looks like such a threat, but doesn't tend to have the finishing products. But tonight, he had exactly that.
Yeah, and I think the most surprising thing about it was that it was a header. He's usually scoring rockets when he gets the opportunity, but we see here the build-up. We question Joe Ward a little bit, just getting sucked into that gap and leaving a huge area of the pitch here for the Wolves left back to attack, but it's good play here.
Bueno gets in this situation. Olise tries to recover as well, but it's a fantastic. You highlighted the fact that
Nunes makes that run in there, and it just drags Mitchell over, doesn't it? And creates that space at the back post for Traore just to sneak in the back there and finish it well. A really good header, low, hard, and it gives the goalkeeper no chance.
You could say that...
You've been waiting to say that
all night. I've been waiting for it. It's my moment. It was a great ball from him, though, wasn't it? And a good finish from Traore. It's just his second goal, and he's had 2 goals and 2 assists in 42 league appearances for Barcelona and Wolves combined. Why can't he do it more often?
He's a strange player, really, because I really like him. And I've liked him for a while, and I feel like he doesn't really have much productivity, when he's going forward, the assists, the goals, but, and it was quite strange because obviously he went over to Barcelona and they had all their financial crisis and that type of stuff, and I was surprised to see him come back to Wolves, and the fact that he went over to Barcelona and he played, but then can't get in Wolves' team is a bit strange, and I'm sure the manager gets a bit frustrated with him because his final end product doesn't seem to be there, but when Bueno's putting that type of ball in, the end product doesn't seem to be there, but when Bueno's putting that type of ball in, the weight of the ball, you don't see many balls like that in the Premier. A lot of the fullbacks just try and take players on and go themselves, and it was there, and it was a fantastic header, and hopefully he can add that, because for me, he'll get more assists.
Crystal Palace's equaliser from Eze was actually quite similar to the Wolves opener, with Traore scored, which Eze obviously put in the back of the net, and the ball from Olise is brilliant. What a ball this is, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, these two players for me are extremely special, and they're learning from the aforementioned Wilfried Zaha. He just clips it back on his left foot, and then the header. I mean, he's got so long to think about this, Eze, and it can all go wrong, I'm sure, as Leanne's learned, as I have in the past. Yeah. And he watches it right into his forehead. He doesn't panic, and he just feels it back across, gives Jose Sa no chance at all, and it just bounces into the far corner. A brilliant header, and just as good an assist as well.
Yeah, great ball into the box, a great header from Eze. That's his second goal of the season. I thought it was interesting that he talked about the energy that the fans gave them to get them over the line, because this was the winning goal from Wilfried Zaha over the line, because this was the winning goal from Wilfried Zaha. How good is this, Leanne?
Great ball from Eze, you know, fantastic run. They have a lot of players that can stretch the pitch, whether it's Mateta or Edouard, but again, when this ball falls to Wilfried Zaha, I mean, the balance to be able to, and you mentioned, you know, Wilfried Zaha gets straight back up, makes that run, you know, into the box and drops his shoulder, leaves Kilman with no chance and puts it in the back of the composure. Wilfried Zaha leaves Kilman with no chance and puts it in the back of the composure. Wilfried Zaha to do that is fantastic, it really is.
How does he get that much space though, Glenn? Should Wolves be better defensively?
Just desire.
Yeah.
I mean, he could. I think a younger Wilfried Zaha stays on the floor, rolls around, has a little into the box. He's thinking goals, his mentality's changed, and then once he gets in there, once he's afforded that time and space, it's inevitable what he's going to do.
Well, that was his 5th goal of this Premier League season. Let's hear from Wilfried Zaha. That was his 5th goal of this Premier League season. Let's hear from Wilfried Zaha now.
Wilf, how far did you have to dig to produce that comeback today?
Obviously, I think we were playing well first half, but the goal was a massive blow. But we went inside and we just told ourselves to keep going, like we're on the right track. And yeah, second half, this is what it takes in the Prem. We knew we had it in us, but we just had to keep on going, and obviously we managed to get what we deserved.
And where do you think you got those extra advantages in the second half?
Just being relentless in the combinations. I just took it upon myself to just move from left wing and just float around a bit, and obviously it allowed Tariq to get up the field, and I feel like it made a bit of a confusion in their defence, who to go to really, and I think that's the thing in their defence. Who to go to really, and I think that's the thing that opened them up a bit.
Another huge area of improvement was the
Yeah, 100%. Obviously last game, I feel like that's what we lacked, and it's a thing where we have so much technically good players, we should be able to pass through and out of teams and obviously make an attack from it.
And the goal for you, first one in 5 games, so you're feeling good about that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm happy to get on the score sheet. I'm obviously happy to help the team, and obviously the goal today got us the win, so yeah, I'm a very happy man today.
And finally, just in terms of character, what does that do, those sorts of results? You've been here so many times before.
It just shows that we've got it in us. Today we had to carry on despite being 1-0 down, and we just had to carry on playing the way we know how, and it just shows that when it gets tough, we've got the personality and the character to come back.
Well, he's always honest in his interviews, and great to hear from him there, the match winner, and you can see just what it meant to him at the full-time whistle as well. Crystal Palace, for the second game in a row at Selhurst Park, coming from behind to win, and they've taken the most points from losing positions this season, 9 already gained from these first group of games. I thought it was really interesting what he said there about the fact that they were relentless in their combinations. Did you see that out there?
Absolutely, and he mentioned also, you know, the fact that he just said he was free-flowing, he was able to come from the left, and the fact that Patrick Vieira allows that type of fluidity, I think is important for a player like Wilfried Zaha, for Eze, for Elise, because they play with freedom. And I know when I play with freedom, it was the best time. You know, when you play under managers like that. But Wilfried Zaha, there was a stat a couple of years ago that Palace didn't win games when he wasn't playing. Now I feel like the responsibility is shared, because Wilfried Zaha always steps up when they need him.
Yo, superstar, it's your favorite DJ. Come meet me on the beach near Playa Azul. We are setting up our Horizon Europe tribute, and the boat has just come in.
yards, turn right. Turn right. In 400 yards, turn left.